Welcome to the Black Diamond Advisory Splash 2025 podcast. I am one of your hosts. My name is Cameron Lackpour, and I have with me as my co-host,
Ryan Rostovsky.
And we are delighted to have our very special guest.
I am John Kowalkowski.
John, thank you for joining us. I guess I should say for our undoubtedly vast audience, at least we hope it'll be our undoubtedly vast audience, you are the last guest we have, but we save the last for the best. So would you give our audience a feel for who you are and what you do?
Sure. Again, I work with BradyPLUS. It's a brand new company that's formed from 2 or 3 very old line companies. We're a specialty distributor of Jan-San products and packaging, janitorial, sanitation supplies, etc. We have a nationwide footprint of 180 locations approximately. We have 6,000 employees. We're approaching $5 billion in revenue. And I am the senior manager of financial systems, and I run the OneStream team of 3 people that, including myself, that develop and manage OneStream, as well as overseeing the monthly financial close, all development and maintenance work associated with that, and coordinating with our various teams to make changes in the system as needed, and kind of build enhancements when we can. So that's who I am.
That's great. And so we just recently started working together, doing an application review for you guys. I know we met at Splash last year. Can you tell us a little about your OneStream journey up to this point and what made you decide to reach out for that app review?
Right. Yeah. So I joined BradyPLUS when it was a different company. It was called Envoy Solutions before. That was prior to we were acquired by one of our larger competitors. And the project for implementing OneStream is already in play, but it was approaching trainwreck status because just the people who were overseeing the implementation they had way too many responsibilities, and they just really couldn't support the implementation with our current partner at the time. And so I just kind of took it over, and I guess you'd call it a rescue. It took a year to get everything kind of in place, given all of the change within our organization. And now we've been live for a year and a half, 2 years, with consolidations. And we haven't been able to develop much beyond that, just because of the ongoing integration work that we have with new acquisitions and with companies integrating onto our central ERP. We have 35 to 40 individual ERPs that we consolidate from. So we do a lot of data wrangling, and the challenges with data just continue. But that's kind of been our journey. We reached out to Black Diamond Advisors, I think it was last year, and we had a conversation trying to define what a scope would be for BDA to come in and help us out with our continuing evolution. So right now we're working together to implement SIC, a Smart Integration Connector, to our main ERP that we're integrating all the other ERPs to. And then we have kind of a project going on to develop a roadmap for us, and trying to figure out what we want to do next in terms of planning, other consolidation features, account recs, etc. So reporting is a big need of ours as well.
Cash flow is another.
Cash flow, indeed, and also intercompany. We have a great deal of intercompany complexity. So yeah.
We spoke at a BDA event 2 nights ago, right? It's all the days are truly beginning to blur.
Yes.
And you mentioned that you actually came from the SAP world. You did BPC as a consultant, is right? I did remember that correctly.
That is correct. Yeah.
So how would you compare and contrast BPC with OneStream? I mean, you have a unique perspective that you've done it. You've been on the implementation side, and now you're on the industry customer side.
Right.
What's it like?
The OneStream platform is it's incredibly expansive. which is fantastic. So that's a huge difference. Just the tool sets, the capabilities that you can reach with OneStream, just just a lot broader spectrum. And also, I think the company in general, the way that they approach business is very different. This continuing innovation is just, it's mind-boggling how they continue to expand the capabilities of OneStream and this platform. I think it's a very smartly run company, and I had no idea how, what a first-rate platform this was when I kind of took over the project. But BPC was a fantastic project for its time as well. And I actually implemented Outlook Soft when it was Outlook
I
Soft.
remember them.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
them.
In 2000, I think we were one of the first customers for Outlook Soft. And
For my time.
yeah, Outlook Soft. And so I still make the mistake of, like, when you abbreviate OS for OneStream, you think I'll say Outlook Soft instead of OneStream. But I implemented I was a financial FP&A manager at the time at a internet startup, and we implemented Outlook Soft, and then that eventually became BPC. The memory is foggy, and I became a consultant after some years, and yeah, it was great knowing BPC inside and out. And I think the clients who use BPC love the Excel interaction. They just just eat that up, and it was really tough.
Yep.
It's, if people are dead set on, like, having Excel as an interface, BPC was the solution back in the day. So yeah.
So with the perspective of a consultant, right? I mean, you did it for a number of years. It wasn't just a short-term part of your
Yeah.
career. What's it like working with Black Diamond? There's a loaded question. I mean, seriously, right? You do have I think you're unique amongst our guests in that you were in the consulting space for quite a while.
Interesting. Yeah.
How do you think that changes your perspective and your expectations of what a partner will do?
But it's great being in my role because I've done the consulting side, so I understand, like, the consulting process, and, like, I really have a good grasp of how to get the most out of consulting partners, and making sure that, like, I mean, so to help BDA do their job well, you need to have certain things set up. Like, you need to be on point with your definitions, your requirements. You need to be very detailed, responsive, and so far so good. We haven't done a lot with your group yet. We're working on Smart Integration Connector actively, which is not a large push to get that implemented. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Everybody's very, very qualified. Love working with everybody I've interacted with. Qualifications are there. Service responsiveness is right on point. I mean, I'm working with one of your tech people, Anoop, and he's just, couldn't say better things about him. He knows how to ask really good questions. He's very calm. He's very knowledgeable. Yeah, I would say, one shift is, like, when you bring on a partner, there are different aspects to every partner. And if, I think BDA has a great process. I watch how you guys work, and you guys have a very good implementation process, an evaluation and assessment process, and implementation process as well. And I can sense that. I feel it, and we talk about it. And that's really a neat thing because it reduces your kind of key person dependency on a specific consultant, how well you've interviewed them, how well what you're depending on them for. Are they going to leave? Do they have longevity, et cetera? There are, I would have to say, I think there are leaner ways that you could get a project done. You could hire partners that have a very different model, that maybe assign one person. And that's a great way to go for people too, so it just really depends. But yeah, so far, very, very happy with BDA.
Excellent.
So love to hear that.
Yes, gratifying. Thank you.
So we've
that go?
talked about we're kind of creating your roadmap now. Now that you've been to Splash, is that roadmap changing at all?
hmm
Have you seen anything you want to add?
we've been just running breakneck to like wrap up an audit and then the post audit activity. So I haven't even had a chance to connect and with my internal team and my boss and talk about like, well, where do we stand with this assessment? So yeah, looking forward to kind of nailing that down so we can get some action items in place, get some meeting schedules, et cetera. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So at Splash, AI is a pervasive message. It's endemic. Maybe that's the right word. Makes it sound like a disease. That was not a disease. Um, what's your take on it? Right. That's a software company's message at a conference, their big conference.
Right.
You're actually someone that will use it. We're someone that will, in theory,
Yeah,
implement it.
yeah, yeah.
Again, you have this unique perspective. What do you think?
About AI.
Yes.
AI
I'm
is
sorry. And in
yeah.
OneStream. Yes.
No, it's I think that, the group I've got a bit of a background in machine learning and
Okay.
they, you know, OneStream is definitely taking the right track of like the plug and play approach. We're trying to democratize that term keeps coming up in these sessions. I think a third of maybe a quarter or a third of the sessions are related to AI. They're really you could be cynical and say, well, that's just because they want to be positioned as a player in the AI space, and but I think they really are. Their hearts are in it, and I think they're making good decisions, and kind of building it into the platform so they can um, have people do the plug and play development of AI features. Yeah, I think they're doing it right, and I don't know like what their competitors are. If some of like I'm not sure what Anaplan or Hyperion are doing to on a comparable level, but very impressed with their direction. It's always, some of these are like limited release at this point, so we don't have a lot of customer feedback and experience. So we'll see what the proof in the pudding, right? When it actually people start to use it at scale, and then you start to see like, well, how does it really work?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a fan. It's very powerful. I think it's a bit scary if you really think the thing through from end to end. What do you guys? I mean, what do you guys think? You guys have been in the industry too. I mean, what's your take like on AI and also just like um, the evolution of the product? Like, is this something unique, like uniquely different, where it's like the future is a bit hazier for you guys, or how do you see it?
I think I know it's going to change the profile of who we are, right? I
Mhm.
think the consultants that exist today will still have a job. I don't think it's mass unemployment, but I think a lot of the new people will have, I hope not. I think a lot of the new people that enter into the space will have a very different perspective. They will maybe be, I'm sure they will be less hands-on code writers and much more, theoretical is the wrong word, but doing more of the analysis side of data. I mean, they have to not be data scientists, but they have to know what's going on behind the scenes and what's happening under the covers, and then be able to intelligently relate that to clients and to their peers, by the way, as well, because it's new to all of us. Um, it's exciting. It's exciting. It's a little scary, right? Because
Yeah.
if you've spent your professional so-called career sitting there with a keyboard coding stuff, maybe now that's not quite as important as it once was. But I mean, as we both know, functionality and tools come and go.
Mhm.
And if you resist skills, if you resist change, you're basically doomed.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm excited. I'm very curious to see. The reason I asked you the question about
Mhm.
what was AI going to look like on your side, it's going to change your world as well,
Mhm.
right? The people that consume the data are also similarly going to have to, I don't know about know more, but know different things and understand data differently. It's exciting.
Yeah, I agree. It's exciting. And I mean, it's about, using the technology and the tools and, the internet changed everything. And now we're kind of at this, next kind of big thing that we didn't have before. And
Yeah.
just from, ChatGPT, me and Cameron love to nerd out about ChatGPT, but as someone who came from a functional background, it's really, allowed me to take coding to the next level and, figure out how to do things. And I've benefited a lot from that. So I'm excited to see it integrated into OneStream and having that, agentic model where they said, talk to your cube views and ask it questions and
Right.
some of that anomaly detection. I feel like it'd be great for, businesses.
Yeah.
So
It's
an exciting
exciting.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think you'll see next year if you come to Splash next year?
Well,
What do you
well,
expect? What's your guess
yeah.
as to what OneStream will be talking
No,
about?
that's a really good question because things change so much. This is my third Splash, and
Really?
it's like every single one is just like a more amplified, scope of change. So next year, really good question. I'm thinking we'll probably have some customers talk about their AI journey and talk about how they actually used it. Like we did, we heard from Endeavor and US Steel and who was it? There was another one. There was a great panel. Um, Chris, it was a hospitality company and casino company, but fantastic. Really insightful how they're using it. But yeah, I think we'll get more of that, because those were kind of specialty examples where Endeavor didn't even have, they haven't implemented the core of
Yeah, they went
OneStream.
AI first.
They went
let
to AI
AI.
first. Yeah,
That's
they just
super
used it
interesting.
as a AI tool, which is really interesting. They switched from a Python model to something more structured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for being our guest. Our last guest. I don't know what order this is going to come out, but you are chronologically the last, definitely the best. Thank you so much for being our guest. It was our pleasure to have you.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.